Hello guys, welcome to the lecture 28 of machine learning series. In this video we'll be discussing about mixed type columns or heterogeneous columns. Okay, first I'll be explaining you what actually are these mixed type columns, and then I'll be explaining you the problem with this and also possible solutions to this. Okay, so first let us try to understand what mixed type columns actually are. Now let us say you're traveling in a train. Now in train we basically have various coaches and correspondingly coach numbers. Now how coach numbers are presented? They are just represented like A1, A2, A3, S1, S2, S3. Okay, they are just represented in the form of this, right? Okay, they are just a combination of characters as well as integers. Okay, they are just the combination of characters and integers. Okay, so these are called mixed type columns. Okay, this is basically called mixed type columns. Okay, just first type of mixed type columns. Okay, we basically have two types and it is the first type of mixed type column. Okay, so now this data can't be fed to the machine learning model directly, right? Okay, you can't just feed this data directly to the machine learning model. So because you can see that there are strings. Okay, they are basically strings. Okay, like A is a string, like K is a character, S is a character. So we can't just directly feed this to a machine learning model. Now what we do for this, we use two approaches. Either we go with the one hot encoding or we go with ordinal encoding. Okay, first let us try to see one hot encoding. Now you can see that as there are six types. Okay, A1, A2, A3, S1, S2, S3. Okay, as there are six types, what we do, we create an six-dimensional vector for each of this category, and we'll be just converting these labels to like vectors. Okay, and we'll be directly feeding it to a machine learning model. Okay, so this is the first possible solution. But the problem with this first possible solution is, now in real world scenarios we'll be having more number of categories. Okay, not just single category, we'll be having like more and more number of categories. So in that scenario, like the data dimensionality increases and also sparsity in the data increases. So that is why we avoid one hot encoding. Okay, so second we have ordinal encoding. So in ordinal encoding, I'll be just representing the data in this manner. Okay, so just it looks fine, right? Okay, but there is an internal problem with this. Now if we see S1, S2, S3 are coming under same category. Okay, they are basically same category. But if you see A3, A2, A1, okay, this A1 is most premium class. Okay, like first AC, second AC and third AC, right? Okay, so but if we see over here, okay, if we see over here, like one, okay, one is like lower integer. Okay, one is like lower integer and three is like some greater integer. So what machine learning model thinks is A3 is the premium class. Okay, A3 is the most premium class and A1 is the less premium class. Okay, so for this problem we can just like encode A3 with 1, A2 with 2 and A3 with 3. Okay, so for this we somehow solve the problem. But if we see all the S1, S2, S3 are same. Okay, they come under same class. But here we are differentiating by ordinal encoding. We are just differentiating these categories. So here what model assumes, like S3 is the most premium class. Okay, among A1, A2, A3 to S2, S3 is the most premium class and S2 is like somewhat less premium and S1 is the premium class. Okay, so in this way model assumes. Okay, so you are just giving the fake representations to the data. Okay, by using this one hot encoding or ordinal encoding, you are just giving the fake representation to the data. Okay, so this we call it as poor representation of the data. When we represent the data in a poor manner, then the machine learning model confuses entirely. Okay, it just assumes like different patterns. Okay, it just learns different patterns than original patterns and it gives fake predictions. Okay, so this is the problem with mixed type columns and these are the possible solutions, and these two possible solutions also fails. Okay, so we need to somehow find a different solution. Now the different solution to this problem is just separating the column into two different columns. Now here the string or character, okay, string or character is represented in this column, and next integers are represented in this column. Okay, so A, S, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so in this way we separate both numerical and strings. Okay, both numerics and strings. Okay, we are just separating both numerics and strings. So this is the possible solution for these type of representation. Okay, so we have another type of mixed column, that is where we have, okay, where we have like strings in one row, okay, in one set of rows, and numerical in another set of row. Okay, let's say we have A, B, C and 1, 2, 3. Okay, you see the first 3 rows have the string value, okay, string data type, and next 3 rows have integer data type. Okay, so there is a mismatch between this data type, okay, both of these data types. Okay, so even this is also a bigger problem. Okay, even this is also a bigger problem, so we need to somehow sort out this. Okay, so we can find, okay, the most probable solution for this type of data is just separating them. Okay, just separating them into 2 columns, and we'll be representing the empty value with NA. Okay, you can see that I have first 3 columns as ABC, okay, ABC, and next in this place I am just representing with missing values, and here I will be representing with missing values. Okay, so in this way I'll handle both these of both this mixed type columns. Okay, first is where we will be having combination of both string as well as integer, and in the second time we'll be having like some set of rows are with strings and some set of rows are with integers. Okay, so we'll be just separating them, okay, and represent NA values in the missing spaces. Okay, so this is how we handle, and next we'll be taking a real world dataset and we'll be like implementing both these techniques. Now let us take an dataset and implement both these techniques. Okay, first this is my dummy dataset, and first let us try to understand actually what's in this dataset. Okay, so if you see, this is my entire dataset. Now if you see this class, okay, it basically represents whether it is S1, S2, S3. Okay, so it basically represents the class. So if you see, this is the combination of both string as well as numerical. Okay, so this is a like this class should be handled with the help of first technique. And if you see, I have seed code. Okay, I basically have seed code, and this seed code has both like a combination of string as well as integer, and also it has integer in few rows and string values in few rows. Okay, so I need to apply both type of transformations on this seed code column. Okay, so in first column I'll be just applying one transformation, but in seed code I'll be applying 2 transformations. Okay, so first let us try to handle class. Okay, so for that I'm using RE library. Okay, it is basically used for natural language processing. So this RE helps in finding the patterns in the dataset. Okay, so I'll be showing you how in the further implementation. Okay, so first I'm just creating 2 data frames. Okay, like this I'm creating 2 columns in my data frame, that is class type and class number. Okay, this S represents class type and this 1, 2, 3 represents class number. Okay, so first I'm like filling the values in the class type. So df of class, okay, class column, and str dot, okay, str dot extract. Okay, in the string we have like extract feature. So what this extract does, it extracts all the values, okay, like all the characters from A to Z, like bigger A to Z or small a to Z. Okay, just extracts the characters from this. Okay, like how it extracts this. Now I have S1. Okay, so it entirely like loops through this S1, A3, A3, A1, A1, and what it does is it tries to fetch these strings. Okay, it searches for is there any character. Okay, is there any character, and it just separates this character. Okay, here also it separates A, here also it separates A. So in this way it does separation. Okay, so this plus is added because now in some scenarios we'll be having double A1, like A is 1 or A is 2. Okay, so like for example, just I'm telling you, we actually don't have, but let's say in some scenarios or in some data sets we'll be having like strings. Okay, like A is 1, A is 2, like S3, S4. So in this way we'll be basically having like 2 to 3 characters. So in that cases by just putting plus over here we can handle that kind of scenarios as well. Okay, so this class type now has S, A, 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 A. Okay, so next I need to handle class number. Okay, so class number is equal to str dot extract. So d. Okay, so this d, what it does is searches for the integers. Okay, searches for the integers in this class column. Okay, so this plus is again given because like in some scenarios we'll be having S11, like A32. So in these cases we'll be handling like multiple digits together. Okay, like multiple integers together. Okay, so that is why we give plus over here. Okay, so now we are sorted with class type and class number. Okay, this class column is perfectly sorted now. Now next I have seed code. Okay, now this seed code is a combination of both mixed. Okay, so mixed in like it's a combination of both the string as well as integer. Okay, so is basically this type, and it also has few rows as string and few rows as integer. Okay, so in that cases what I am doing is, see, first seat number. Okay, so seat number. Okay, actually the column is seat code. Okay, column is seat code, so I'm just separating. Okay, I'm just separating into two columns, that is seat number is my first column and seat letter is my second column. Okay, so seat number is my new column and it takes seat code and it applies an lambda function. Okay, now what this lambda function has is, so re.search. Now what this re.search does is, it searches for pattern. Okay, it basically searches for pattern, means re.search, and I'm just giving input as this. Okay, what it actually does is, it searches for the integers. Okay, this basically searches for integers or multiple integers. Okay, so it basically searches for integer or multiple integers, and then it groups them, and after grouping it basically transforms the values into seat number. Okay, seat number column. Okay, so if it doesn't find any value, then none. Okay, the place is represented by none. Okay, so next I need to handle this letters. Okay, so next df seat underscore letters is my new column, and it takes in seat code and it applies some lambda function, and that lambda function is re.search. Okay, what re.search does is, it searches for the patterns. Okay, it basically searches for the patterns. Now what are patterns over here? Like I need to search for some letters. Okay, like letters means, or it may be in like strings as well. So I'm searching for that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm grouping them, and again if I don't find any letters, I replace with none. Okay, none means some any value. Okay, like empty space. So after performing all those, this is my final data set. Okay, so this is my entire final data set. You can see that class type is yes AAA and class number is 1333. You can see that there is separation of the string or letter and number. Okay, here also there is separation, right? Seat number is represented over here, and wherever I don't find any letter, okay, I represent with none, and you can see that wherever I don't find any number, okay, any number basically I'll representing with a none. Okay, so this is how we handle mixed type columns. Okay, so in future if you find some this type of columns, then you can apply this procedure to better represent the data. Okay, so hope you guys like this video. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.